Hi everyone and welcome to Regina Library. Today we're going to go over how to determine the credibility of a source, different types of sources, and helpful terminology for your research. During your time at RIV, you might have your professor ask you to get a credible, scholarly, or academic source. But what does that mean exactly? Are they all the same? Let's look at what each of these terms means and where you might find sources that meet these requirements. You can think of different sources as falling on a spectrum. At one end are sources that you really wouldn't want to use, whether they're biased, not supported by facts, or contain out-of-date information. Next are credible sources. These meet the criteria and may be used for many assignments, although they're geared toward the general public, not academic researchers. Some examples of credible sources might be a news article, a government publication, or the website of a professional association. Academic and scholarly sources, on the other hand, are written by an expert in the field for other experts, researchers, or students. The terms academic and scholarly may be used interchangeably. These types of sources may include books published by a university press, encyclopedias, or journal articles that you found in RIV Research, on Google Scholar, or cited in another academic or scholarly article. Finally, we have peer-reviewed articles. These are a step above scholarly and academic articles on the scale because they require each article to go through a, you guessed it, review process before they're published. The author's work is critiqued by other experts in the field, and the author will then make any necessary changes. You might also see these journals referred to as refereed journals. You can find these articles in many of the library databases by checking the peer-reviewed box. If all else fails or you're not quite sure whether a source is peer-reviewed, you can look at the journal it's coming from and check that journal directly. Any scholarly journal will include publication guidelines on their website, including information for authors and what their review process is. You can find more information about evaluating resources on your course LibGuide. We have questions you can ask yourself to determine if a source is worth using, as well as a media bias chart that helps you tell at a glance whether a news source is reliable. If you're asked to use a company or commercial website for your paper, that may be okay. Just keep in mind that they're ultimately trying to sell something, so they may not present the information as objectively as an outside source would. And as always, feel free to check in with your professor or librarian to see if a source is going to work for your paper. There are lots of ways to reach us here at the library. You can call us, text us, email us, chat with us, or stop by the library. We have a librarian at the desk every hour that we're open. And all this information is available in your class LibGuide as well. Thanks for watching and happy searching!